Is another wonderful Wednesday night sports delight because this is ladies' night. Oh, and shout out to our favorite viewer. Hi, Miss Williams.
Miss Williams.
Brought to you by none other than Smoooth.
That's whenever you see Joanne, not Joe.
Oh, the alter ego.
Now.
Look, I would have had this on if I had known it was going to be that kind of party, but apparently.
I mean, and that's just my one excuse to look silly on the sidelines, and I'm totally okay with it because I'm doing my job.
All right, Coach Willis. Well, speaking of
football fans, you got the Swifties that are all about football, and Travis Kelce's Instagram, I think his followers went up 300,000+.
Tell y'all, when you get on this show on the ladies' night, boy, I tell you, you are bringing people's careers to a whole nother level. I'm telling you. So weird.
Everyone, welcome to the Platform Sports Talk Show. It's your girl, Buddy. I'm glad y'all are here to join us for another wonderful evening.
And want the teams that want you back, St. Louis. I want that.
I was like, well, Brandon, does Michelle Smallman text you at 11:45 at night?
Let them know, right? No matter the time, it came through, right?
Yes, I thought that was really dope.
She seems to cause a buzz because you know what? Bad publicity, good publicity, they're talking about it.
So for some of these guys, they're like, even if I do win, it's not going to be enough for some people. So why don't I just go ahead and get the money?
Living the dream. I think all the time. I'm a dream catcher, right? So I chased the dream and I caught it.
See, because I took this crazy leap of faith in May of 2011 at 23 years old to buy a basketball team. And everyone thought I had lost my mind.
Just kind of shed light, like, women coaches, like, hey, we bring it too. we bring it.
All right. How about this? Thumbs up. You can hear me. Great. Welcome to another edition of Ladies Night here on the Platform Sports Talk Show. I'm your girl, Bunny. I can't wait for all the topics we have to discuss. And of course, on Ladies Night, I'm just never solo dolo. I always have my girl, Miss Chalet, that's going to join me tonight. So, without further ado, Miss Chalet, come on.
Hey, it's me and Cutie.
You
can't see her. She look like she blended in. Cutie, say hi. It's three of us tonight, okay? So it's me, Bunny, you, and Cutie, the multiple.
Okay.
You can't see her? She over here. She said, I'm
okay, I see you now. What's up, Cutie Patootie?
What's going on? Looks like you trying to, you going through the drive-thru? We a quick trip? What do we got going on today?
No, ma'am. I'm at the gas station.
I need you to pick me up something.
Listen, look. I know my background's different, y'all, but I'm still giving y'all ladies' night, raw and uncut. Huh?
Yeah, Bunny, she falters. She never falters either. She gonna give it to you wherever she at. So
it's that important. I gotta let y'all know. So, without further ado, it's been so long since I've had Miss Chalet on the show. You all, everybody say hello, tell her y'all miss her, and you gotta give me a rundown. I don't know how long it's been, at least 6 months. What's going on? What's in your world? Give me. Come on, bring it. I'm here for it. Let us know what's going on.
Obviously, work, radio. I have a story to tell you about this one. But my son started football back to school. So school's been hectic with him and sports. We've been doing basketball and football. I'm a sports mom, and a parent Uber. So whatever he needs, I do. And then the husband's coaching. So that means I'm in full mode mommy duty. Right. So that's what I've been doing a little bit. This one gave me a scare about 2 weeks ago. Who needs to go to a groomer? I thought she was dying. I ain't gonna lie. I thought she was dying. She acted like she was a little inebriated for a second. I'm not sure what happened, but she started acting funny. So I panicked and said, let me see who I can call to figure out what's going on, because she was not acting like this. Okay. She was not acting like her normal self. Remember that, what was that girl? She had that dog named Jax, and Jax got into something. That's not what happened to Cutie. First off, that, we don't do that over here. But Jax had got into something, and Jax looked like, Cutie looked like I don't know what happened, but we went to the dog ER, the pet ER. They had to put IVs in her. They gave her some sort of something that helps metabolize in their system to pull whatever was in and out. They could not get any, the test came back negative. They tested her for everything. I didn't know that they could do all the stuff they could do at the emergency center. This was down on Brentwood. So if y'all didn't know, if you need to take your pet to an urgent care 24 hours, there is one off Brentwood. Now, mind you, you're going to come out of pocket a little bit. So get that dog insurance. Okay. This is not a dog insurance plug, but I do have some. So I was lucky right there. But she gave me a scare. She was down there for almost 12 hours. She came home real lethargic, but she came out of it, snapped out of it. And now she just needs to go get all pretty again. So, but anyway, Bunny has left the chat. Bunny is out of the chat. It is me. And we're just going to talk about whatever we talk about tonight. So Bunny lost her service, roaming around. Not really sure where she's roaming around at, but Bunny will be back. Right now it's me, Ladies Night Radio. You're listening. You can listen on the Platform Sports Talk Show Network. You can tune into Hot 365 Radio. You can listen to us on Instagram. Make sure you follow us on Platform Sports Talk Show at gmail.com. Again, Instagram at Platform Sports Talk. Let's see what else we got. Roku TV, Facebook, and even X at 314 Sports Talk. And you can always follow me at Miss Chalet. Make sure you check out our other shows. We got the Man Cave. You can also find us on Twitch. Always hot365radio.com. And every Wednesday night, the first Wednesday of every month, is Ladies Night Radio. And you'll always have one of us lovely ladies entertaining you, coming to you live. You can watch us right here on, Facebook, Instagram, and even YouTube. Bunny's back!
Yes, connection issues. My apologies.
It's all good. You missed my story about this thing right here, but She's good. Just know that cutie patootie made it through whatever she had going on, and she is back. And she had me scared. She had the husband scared. Look, he turned into soft cotton when all that was going on. He was like, we sit in that ER like, cutie, don't go.
You named her Cutie Patootie. You named her that.
But that's my baby. Yeah. So no, actually, her name is Cutie Pie. My mom actually named her. So yeah, she was her dog. We got her, and this is crazy because she wanted to. You know what, Miss Miss Williams? I don't know what it was. She says it could have been a 24-hour bug. Whatever that bug was, it was a bad one, okay? Because she literally was panting real hard, sweating, if not sweating, but like shaking real hard in the car. I was so nervous going down to the ER. It felt like an eternity to get there. So, but we're good now. And get that dog insurance and make sure you keep up to date with all that good stuff. You love your pets. So.
All right, shout out to the fur babies. Woo woo.
Shout out to the fur babies, yes. She was supposed to be a lap dog, but we got her as a puppy for my mom, and that was a bad idea because all she wanted to do was play. They don't really become lap dogs until they get old.
Okay. Well, again, I'm so glad that you're joining us again. It's been a while. Thank you. Sorry that you dealt with that scare yesterday. But now that you're back and better than ever, let's roll with some sports talk.
Let's get it.
I'm about to say, what's in your cup? My cup is, see my cup, so let's not talk about what's in the cup.
What you got in your cup? Hold on, you're driving, so let's see how. Oh, okay. No, so what's in my cup? I've got, truthfully, in my cup for real tonight, I got cranberry juice. Nothing crazy. It's Wednesday night. I'm trying to behave during the week, trying to get my weekdays right. You know, stay refreshed, hydrated, and then a little fun on the weekend. So, but other than that, let's see. What interesting fun facts or fun things I want to talk about this week in my cup? Is that what we do on the cup? I forgot. What's the cup?
It's been so long, she's far removed. We got to bring her back in. Come on. Okay. Yes. What sports topic has your attention, man? What's
Oh, you know what?
I was worthy of a drink after this topic. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, you know what? A couple things I've been paying attention to. We just rewatched yesterday. I think it was on last night. Was it on last night? The replay of the Alabama-Georgia game. Girl. Amazing game. You know, I love me some football. So that Alabama-Georgia game, I'm watching like the last 2 minutes because, well, one, I was disappointed at Alabama after they let Georgia come back that much. Now, a little bit I could see, but damn, I know it's Georgia, but still, they had such an amazing lead over that team. And then it just, you know, you're just watching Alabama like, is this really happening right now? And then it did. I thought they were going to run out there and jump off ledges and all types of things when Alabama took that lead. And it lasted for what, 4.5 seconds? I think it really lasted for like 18 seconds. I don't remember, but it was quick. What's the 17-year-old rookie? What's his name? Hold on, I got it right here.
I know you're talking about. I forgot his name. You say 17-year-old rookie. Listen,
not rookie.
I mean, he's a freshman, but 17.
He's a freshman, 17-year-old freshman playing for Alabama. And Ryan Williams. Yes, you know his NIL value doubled after that game. It was like around 750,000. It's up to like 1.5 million valuation right now, just after one game. But I mean, it was an amazing game. So, let's see what else I watched. What else is in my cup? Travis Hunter. That kid is amazing. You know, I just love watching football. I love watching defensive players, offensive players, wide receivers, DBs, and to watch him play it on both sides of the ball, hands down. If he don't win the Heisman, I don't know who it should go to. I mean, there's a lot of other nice players out there, but he's got my vote. And well, he just crushed something on what'd he do? The highest rating. Who plays what? Madden 2K. What is that? Madden, the NFL game.
Football. No. Football.
Yeah.
Madden, yes.
Yeah, Madden. So look, people are like Madden, Michelle, Madden. Yeah. So the little game the husbands play, and we just let them go and be about their business. Madden, that game right there. I said 2K too. I know my husband's gonna watch this and be like, really? Anyway, Madden. So
It's okay. It's okay. But you know what? I guess I'm a little weird or different. I'll watch a Madden, like when my husband used to play it a lot, not now. I'll watch like it's a game. So I'm in a time just sitting there chilling like it's a regular game. I'm like, okay. Because I have no desire to play video games, but I'll watch when they're doing the matches though. That's
the graphics are crazy these days. The graphics are amazing. So yeah, my son will call me and Mom, look at this. Mom, look. I'm like, is this a game? Oh no, this is you playing. Okay. They take it so serious too. The noises that come out that room when that boy is playing that game, I just look. But anyway, back to Travis Hunter. He what is the highest rating on Madden right now? I guess that's when you pick him as a player. I guess he's just like the ultimate cheat code. I don't know. So I ain't played in a minute. I used to play like the little SOCOM and Call of Duty type games. Uh-oh.
Again, I know that's weird because I'm not into the video games, but I can watch that stuff when they do matches. What they used to play one called, not Call of Duty, Army of Two, Black Ops, there's different ones.
Oh yeah, I used to play one called Black Ops 2. I was in a whole clan. Yeah. I was cold. I was real cold. Y'all don't believe it, but I was cold. Okay. Yeah. That's how look, my husband fell in love with me because I played video games. And we used to live long distance.
That's how you
got. We would be in a clan playing. We wake up in a room together, everybody else on the left, like these two here. We'd be just our little video game guy would be just sitting there waiting on us to come back and shoot somebody. But nobody was left because they said, you know what, we can't boot them because it's their it's their match. So whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. So, but that's what's in my cup. What's in your cup? Are you driving? Water?
And it's a cup. Y'all can't see it. It's a cup. But what's in this cup? Two things. Not RIP, but I'm so sad. Two important sports figures and definitely modern history that we lost. The Dikembe Mutombo and Pete Rose. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, how you 2 in 1
Oh
day?
no. Yes. Oh my goodness.
I'm like, oh my God. And even though Pete Rose had controversy, what he did on paper you still can't take away. But as far as Mutombo, listen, my heart's really gonna hurt because I love seeing him around the NBA All-Star Weekend. You know, you see the quote-unquote NBA alumni, but you will also see sometimes videos they'll show his work in Congo or different countries of Africa, and the no signature. It's just like, no. And he's not young, but he definitely wasn't old. I'm like, what? It's
right.
Definitely so sad. I said,
yeah, and that was relatively close. That happened within 2 days of each other. I'm not sure the actual time frame, but yeah, we've just been losing a lot of people. You know, John Amos just passed. I know he didn't play sports, but yeah, just as you grow up and we age, life is lifing, and those is one of those things.
And you said John Amos, had me thinking, of course, we lost James Earl Jones a couple of weeks ago. So that's Coming to America. Those two were in there, like classic movies, like
classic.
Like, oh.
Yep. Miss Williams said I was sad to hear about Mutombo. Yes, extremely sad right there. So, and he was still fairly young. So,
like 50. So,
right.
I hope that the Nuggets definitely. I know his number is retired, but I hope they definitely still do a patch or something on jerseys for the season dedicated to him, or the Hawks, whomever, because he just did so much on the court.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That smile was infectious, like Mutombo. And I'm really not sure my age, but how my daddy got me into so much sports back when, of course, Georgetown will ever be his favorite collegiate team, especially for basketball. And all those heavy hitters that came through Georgetown, including Mutombo, like that is, I'll never forget. That's why I knew who he was before he even got to the league. I was only, a few years old, but it's like he had me watching Georgetown basketball. And you see Mutombo, you saw Moore, you saw you see all these, like, it's just so surreal that he's gone. But hopefully, again, people, still respect him if he's gone, but still keep doing the community service that he did.
Oh yeah,
Or his
definitely.
legacy.
His legacy will live on. He's definitely going to be remembered as one of the greats. So.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that's in my cup, we'll talk on this topic later though. My girl, Asia Wilson. So shout out
Whoa.
MVP. Shout out Nafisha Collar being Defensive Player of the Year, but definitely Asia's my girl. I told you that's my favorite MVP. Listen, nobody else deserved it but her. She earned it, every bit of it. And I saw her locker room speech. Actually, was that the locker room speech or when they announced that she got it? No, I saw when she.
They announced. I forget where she was. They announced it. Yeah, it was
at the team meeting. At the
team meeting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They had on speakerphones. Congratulating that she got it again.
Yeah.
I think she did
yeah.
In the locker room.
Yeah, that was.
Plays hard, earns every bit of it.
And the defense is amazing. You got to be a defensive player to to do anything. So, let's see. Annie is ready.
All right, Annie. Girl,
Miss Annie, come on in and join the party. Hey.
Yes. Hey. What's going on, girl?
I just finished class. I almost forgot that I agreed to be on the show. I was like on my way upstairs to like lay it down for the night. And then I was like, oh, wait, I got one more thing left to do. So here I am. Hey, Miss Williams.
Thank you, Annie, for sacrificing your time when you're ready to call the night. But you said, oh, I'm going to give a little bit more of my day to the Platform Sports Talk Show on Ladies Night. We appreciate it.
I got a little bit in me. I got a little bit left.
A little gas left.
Look, I understand. You see, I'm in a car, unfortunately, so yeah. That's Michelle say, life is life, but
life is life. Life's a little too much sometimes, but you know we get through it. So, but we're talking about what's in our cup. Oh, you got a bottle.
I have a bottle of water. I know last time I was on the show, there was questions about what was actually in my bottle versus what I said was in my bottle. And this is just water. So any mess ups, I can't even blame it on nothing else. This is just water. It's just going to be me. So in terms of what's in my sports cup, I was just looking at this. The NFL competition committee is considering moving the touchback spot on kickoffs in order to get more teams to return the ball. And having played football and someone who like avidly watches football, it's interesting how we're trying to make something very dangerous safe and exciting. And I don't think that exists. And so it's like we can either make it more safe for people and it may not be as exciting, which is why you've seen like the kickoff returns be really low, or it can be exciting, but it's going to be dangerous because you're asking really fit people to run full speed at each other with bad intentions. And there's no way to do that safely. So it's just always interesting to me, like how every year we get some new rules, like they have been re-officiating the like hip drop tackle and how that's been called and officiated. But then people are like, well, now we might as well be playing touch football. You can't tackle players any kind of way or it's a penalty. And it's like, it can be exciting or it can be safe, but it's really hard to do both with football. And there's going to be trade-offs. So that's what I was looking at, trying to see what's going on with WNBA playoffs. I know there were some games last night.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Trying to keep up with college football, even though my team ain't doing nothing. I like to see what the other teams are up to, since my team has decided that they are going to suck this year. So,
okay, who's your team?
I'm a Tar Heel.
Don't do that, Michelle.
North Carolina.
I had to know.
I'm a Tar Heel, so North Carolina.
Okay, she said they decided to do absolutely nothing this year.
Already, they're like, don't even give us anything.
I thought you were talking about her NFL team. I'm like, please.
No, we're talking college sports.
Okay.
So my team ain't up to nothing. So I'm trying to see what the rest of the ACC talking about. I'm still like strong with Colorado. I still want the best for them. So I like to see what they're up to. So because my team has decided to not even be interesting this year, I'm a free agent fan. So if your team needs a supporter, you can come holler at me. I'm a credentialed fan. I'll stick with you during the hard times. I'm loyal to a fault. I like to trash talk even when we stink. So if your team is in need of a bandwagon fan, my freelance services are up for grabs this year because my team has decided we're a basketball school. So,
well, Annie, we thank you for your honesty that you want to be a bandwagon fan and you're soliciting offers for people to join you. That is so.
Yes, absolutely. I'm a mercenary fan this college football season. So if your team is in need of support, hit me up.
If you could pick one team right now to just be like, you know what, I'm with you all year round. Let me just come on over.
I like what Miami's doing. I love their quarterback. He has been a surprise this year for sure. It would allow me to stay like in the Florida area. So it would give me like some cachet to root for them since I'm in Florida. I could be like, well, I chose them because they're a Florida team. But no, I love what their quarterback is doing. They look great. It's not super bandwagony. Like I'm not going to pick Alabama or Georgia. So yeah, I think I would pick Miami. But also I would have Texas as a side piece because I like what Arch Manning is doing, and that's fun to root for. So they would be like my side piece. Texas would be. And then Colorado is like that boo thing that you just have that toxic love with.
There you go.
So yeah, I have a couple of teams, but like Miami would be my main,
Okay.
Is it because you're in Florida? Is it because you're in Florida? You picked a lot of SEC schools. You said you would not join, but you didn't pick the state we're in, Missouri. So
absolutely not. No, I just like Missouri with a passion.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
But the slam, your football career started in Missouri, and yet you just like.
It didn't start in Missouri. It finished in Missouri. I played with the Pittsburgh Passion first.
Oh, did not know that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So I ended my career in Missouri, but no, I don't like any Missouri teams other than the Slayo. I mean, the Chiefs are all right, but not my team. What else?
Yeah, you got the Chiefs. She said Missouri's not. You're not a fan of Missouri? Nope, not at all. Okay.
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, that's sad. They're doing some nice things this year.
I mean, it looks good for now, but we'll see. I need to see who Missouri has played because I know they're in the top 10.
Right.
What are they ranked now? Like 7, 8, 9?
Their schedule's not as challenging as other SEC teams, but they do have a big one this Saturday against Texas A&M on the road. And of course, they do play Bama and Bama as well. So they do have two definitely major ones in conference, but the other ones, okay. But yeah, their defense though, I mean, they were slipping last game, but we'll see. Texas A&M was their first true test to me on the road and against the top 25 team.
Okay, so those will be losses, and then y'all can recalibrate.
Well, they're number 9 right now. She just called them out like losses. Oh, don't speak it into existence. Now.
Yeah, those are losses, and then y'all can recalibrate expectations.
Okay, we're gonna have to
Damn,
make
Annie,
sure
like
we
she didn't
bring
say
this
that.
back. We're gonna have to bring this back in a couple weeks so we can replay this for Annie when Mizzou gets up there. I have a feeling they got some nice arsenal right now.
Y'all are pretenders. I want to see y'all against some real competition.
Again, Annie, ma'am, you didn't even try to say, well, maybe one win, one loss. You said they gonna lose it. Like, okay, so
Like,
let's
all
talk
of them.
about.
Well, they're playing Alabama in 2 weeks. Y'all better hope y'all have an answer for the teenager, because that boy Williams. Whew. Oh my goodness!
It ain't like Mizzou don't have any good receivers themselves either. Now, hold on.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's all we can say.
No mercy.
That's it.
We'll see. I predict. So y'all are playing Alabama in 2 weeks, and then later in the season y'all are playing Oklahoma, and I predict those are 2 losses. But because there's a 12-team playoff this year, y'all might still get in on that. But then I would expect y'all to have an early exit. Y'all just need to recalibrate expectations. Being in the SEC but not playing the cream of the crop in the SEC gives Missouri unrealistic expectations about who their team is and what they're capable of. So I'll let y'all have it for now, but your reckoning will come.
That's fine, because I can't wait to say the same thing about them damn Cowboys. Wait till we get on the NFL. Can't wait. Continue.
Okay. What we doing next, ladies?
We're talking about the bracket. We're going to talk about the WNBA and the playoff brackets right now. Did you guys watch the games last night?
I only caught part of them. I go to bed early, so I know that the Liberty won again.
Yes, they sit down 0-2.
Yeah. They about to be out there if they don't pick it up.
And I'm so hurt about that. Like, what is going on?
That was 88-84. I thought they was going to try to come back, but I think that was that last play where they thought they had the ball, but they replayed it. I thought they had a chance right there, but they gave it back to the Liberty.
The Lynx and the Suns I haven't caught up with as much. I know Dejanay's doing her thing, especially winning Most Improved Player of the Year this year for the WNBA. But yeah, for some reason, even though the playoffs are happening, we've got some exciting teams, a lot of my WNBA feed is still talking about Caitlin Clark. And I'm like, can we let this go and appreciate the rest of the season? Please and thank you.
That's a good segue to the topic we have to discuss. Is Caitlin Clark causing toxicity to be exposed in the WNBA?
Well, you know what? Hey, real quick, because I want to say something, because you were saying your feed is still filled with Caitlin. I know we're going to get to that, but viewership has actually went down since the Fever's out of the playoffs. The viewership, the last Fever game was at 2.54 million viewers. And the most watched game since, it hasn't even touched 1 million viewers. It's at 929,000. So, I mean,
but still higher than it has been in previous years.
No, and that's good. That's great. But
yeah, so that's the thing, is that like, it hasn't been as high as Fever games, but it's been higher than last year's. And so, to me, it's fine for people to say, I'm not a fan of basketball. I'm not a fan of women's basketball. I'm not a fan of the WNBA specifically. I'm only a fan of Caitlin Clark. That's fine. And so if you're only in this to watch her and her only, that's your prerogative. But then leave the space when she leaves the space. Don't hang out in the space to antagonize like everybody else still watching and engaged with this. So.
Miss Williams says she's rooting for New York over LA because she grew up in New York.
Okay.
Williams.
I can respect that.
She also says the stands appear to be fuller than in previous years, which I believe is true too. I was looking yesterday at some of the games, and throughout the season, there's more fan base around it, or people just they're interested. They're gonna, what is all this what is all this? What's going on? There's a lot of controversy, a lot of talk, a lot of just, well, I don't want to call it hoopla, but it's just, they're excited to see what everybody's talking about, whether they're a fan or not. The people are coming to check it out, and that at the end of the day, that equals ratings, and it helps increase. Hopefully for next year, just keep going and going and going. So we'll see. But the word
I
is
hope so.
right,
There's some exciting people coming in next year that I think will just continue to add to the league and newer interests in the sport that have followings in their own right, even if they're not Caitlin Clark. Juju certainly has her people. You got Paige Buckers who will be coming in, who has her own following, and that'll only add to this year's class, which is really exciting. Getting Cameron Brink back, who had garnered a lot of attention for the league back from injury next year. So I think the league is in a good place. Overall, I do think that the attention has helped, and there have been people who have come to see Caitlin and have stuck around for the basketball. And that's the most that you can hope for when there's this type of, as Miss Williams said, buzz that's around the league.
Right.
Well, for positive reasons.
Right. No, those are positive. But do you think, the question I think we had tonight was, is Caitlin Clark responsible for bringing out the toxicity of the WNBA?
No, her fans are. Right. It's not her. She just wants to hoop. She does not.
She does.
Now, she doesn't do anything to quelch it, which some people, take issue with that. My thing is, as someone who does like social justice work as my job, like, not everybody is meant to be a mouthpiece for the cause. Not everybody is skilled. Not everybody has a position. Not everybody wants to put their money on the line that way. So I am not someone who is personally offended by the fact that she does not use her platform to speak out in ways that say, like, a Paige Buckers uses her platform, right? Or like Haley Van Lith has used her platform as a white women's basketball player who gets a lot of attention to then shine that light back and to use it to talk about this. Breanna Stewart has absolutely done that. The year that Jonquel Jones won the MVP of the league, and people were asking Breanna Stewart, like, do you think it should have been you or whatever? And she used that as an opportunity to have conversations around gender identity, around sexuality, and specifically around Black women and the conversation around Black women in the WNBA. And so Caitlin Clark is not that as a person, right? She's an excellent basketball player, but she is not that as a person. And to me, it's okay if she's not. She may not be skilled in those ways. She may not think deeply about these things. She may not want to put her money on the line in that way. And all of those are fine. But at the end of the day, she doesn't do anything to incite it. She's not calling for it. She's not asking for it. It's people who, I don't even think they're fans of her. Because I think if you were to say, I'm a fan of Caitlin Clark, and you're familiar with her game, she talks trash, she's competitive, she likes the back and forth. Like, she's not some wilting willow who is looking for people to come to her defense. And so if you were actually a fan of her as a basketball player, then you also wouldn't be putting that toxicity in there. It's what people have put on her and what some people are using her as a vehicle for that is causing the toxicity. So I don't think that people who truly have followed her career, who are truly stands of her as a player, I don't think they're causing it, right? They're still annoying, but they're not causing the toxicity in regards to, like, what this has meant in terms of conversations, particularly around race and gender expression, right? I don't think that it's people who are generally fans of women's basketball. I think it's people who see an opportunity to take a conversation that this country isn't good at, which is around race, to do something that this country is good at, which is attack Black women. And they're putting it on this woman's basketball career. And she knows she hasn't came out and said, stop doing that. But I also don't think she's inviting it. And I
Right.
don't think she's condoning it. I don't think that she's supportive of it. But people will continue to use her as their Trojan horse to do other things that they want to do that have absolutely nothing to do with Caitlin Clark and absolutely nothing to do with basketball. So no, she's not responsible for it.
Yeah, I think it's trolling. I think it's trolls that just they're just here to just see what they can get some sort of like reaction out of people, just good, bad, or indifferent, whatever it is. You know, you have those on your social media platforms sometime where people just want to throw a comment out there that has nothing to do with nothing, but they just want people to entertain them. They just use it for their own personal entertainment at some point. So.
And some people just like a fight. Like they just see where on the internet are people fighting, are people getting riled up. And so they're like, well, let me jump in here. And they have probably never seen a minute of basketball. They couldn't tell you anything else about Caitlin Clark other than the fact that she plays basketball. Like they just want to be in the mix.
Yeah.
Right? They just, like you said, either they just like to troll or they just like to feel a part of conversation, and they're not except through this way, because to have these toxic conversations around the WNBA requires no bar of entry. You don't have to know anything about basketball. You don't have to have been following the sport. You just got to be like, I've got some racist stuff I want to pop off. And then you can use this as a vehicle to like jump in that conversation, right? Or I've got some thoughts about masculinity and womanhood and sports and womanhood and gender expression and all that other stuff. And this has a low bar of entry to just come in on the toxic stuff. You don't have to ever actually talk about basketball. And so I think there are just people who just want to stir up stuff. And because we don't require any actual knowledge about basketball in these conversations, like people don't do this with the NBA, because as soon as you want to have a discussion about LeBron and MJ and those sorts of things, and people are going to be like, okay, so what stats are you citing? What are you bringing to this? Blah, blah. But if you want to talk about best WNBA player, there's not a lot of people who have a ready repertoire of stats. So you can just jump in with Caitlin Clark's the best, even though she's played like 30 games in her entire life in this league. And then you can use that as a vehicle, as a way to shoehorn yourself into a conversation when really what you want to talk about is all this toxic stuff and has nothing to do with basketball. Probably couldn't even name other players on her team in the past, anything like that. You're trying to have a different conversation and you're trying to do it on her back. Mm-hmm. And we have a low, because there are so few people and there's a low WNBA IQ at large, and like people haven't really been following, people don't really know it. There's no one to challenge you on the, well, you have no statistical case for Caitlin Clark, right? There's not enough people who have the knowledge to be like, that's ridiculous, and here are the reasons and all that other stuff. So right now you can kind of say anything when there's a low IQ around the sport, and then steer that towards whatever conversation you're really trying to have, which is not one that's about basketball, but it keeps you getting entertained, and the sports machine keep running with it and keep making it a topic and keep making it a thing. And so I just think it's sad that she did have a great season, and we never talk about like her actual season. And to me, what was great about her season wasn't just in terms of shared numbers, but it was she got off to a rocky start, and it wasn't her fault, right? But that whole team got off to a rocky start when people had higher expectations, because while Caitlin Clark won Rookie of the Year this year, Aaliyah Boston won Rookie of the Year last year, right? So they already had the reigning Rookie of the Year on their team, and therefore had some like hope and promise about what this season could bring. And it was not looking like it was going to go that way in the beginning. And so I think the way that she just like held it together, trusted in her team, I think it served her so well to not be on the Olympic team, because she finally got a break and she finally got a time to like build chemistry with her team. that they came back after the Olympic break and then they ended up in the playoffs. And so I think just being able to turn it around in a shortened season, right? Like they're not playing the number of games that men are playing. And so to be able to turn it around that quickly,
Right.
like I think that's an excellent achievement. But I feel like we can never get to that conversation because we have to first have a conversation about whether or not Caitlin Clark deserves to be talked about. And the only reason why we're questioning whether or not she deserves to be talked about is because there are people who want to talk about her for reasons other than basketball.
But I will say this, whether you love or hate her, the numbers don't lie. Michelle Lady talked about it earlier. Viewership has been there because of this rivalry initially that the media created between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Just kind of backwards because they don't even play the same positions, but they got similar numbers, right? But then again, toxicity. Okay. People do that for any sport. Hell, take it outside of sports. Y'all know politics. People do it. They do it for for entertainers and who. It is what it is. But I'm saying, Caitlin Clark, as you mentioned, this is not her cup of tea. She's not a spokesperson. Nothing wrong with it. All right, cool. Angel Reese speak up on it. Another WNBA player spoke about the treatment of all of this and that. But at the same time, you said it was her fans, but sometimes saying nothing is still a way as an expression as well. Again, it's not her fault. That's not her personality. But saying nothing when they say this issue with the women and racism, she got so much slack for not saying something. She did say something, and they're like, oh, okay. And then going back to people still doing the women, top black, all this other crap. It's like, you can't win. You can't win.
Right.
It is what it is. But it still boils down to bad publicity is still publicity. Eyes was watching these games. Eyes were following the show talking about WNBA. People doing watch part. It worked though. And I feel next year you're still gonna get that. And you mentioned Juju. Oh, excuse me, I was in my eye. What's Juju's last name?
Watkins.
And a couple other ones. It's still going to keep going. I think the momentum is there. And I do give credit to the NBA players who definitely support in person on the sidelines, who have a lot of followers. They'll post, they're at the game, so they mention it. So shout out to them for helping more eyes get on the game as well. But in general, Caitlin Clark, it's not her fault, but at the same time, it is what it is. It's not her fault, but it is. It's okay.
No, I think but you called it right. You said it right though. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. She says something, she's wrong. She doesn't say anything, she's wrong. It's Caitlin Clark. It's gonna be one of those things where if she maybe just decides that maybe it's not her time. Maybe she's waiting after this year to see what happens. Maybe she wanted to give it a feel. Who knows? Maybe she'll progress and she'll be more vocal as the years go. So.
I don't think you're damned if you do or you're damned if you don't. I think you're damned if you do it wrong. And there is a way to get it wrong, right? We have seen people, and there's a way to get it right, right? And so if she is saying or believes like, either I don't know enough about this to speak on it articulately, or I don't know enough about how to navigate this to do this well, then that's fine. Like, and I understand that there are people who are like, but we want you to say something, right? Like because people are using you as the vehicle, as their flag bearer for a cause that you say you don't support, then like, why won't you say something? And if she doesn't know how to do it well, then that can be harmful. I don't think her saying nothing is really hurting her. I think there are absolutely people who are like, oh, we wish she would say something or whatever. But I don't think there are people who are turning away because Caitlin Clark hasn't said something. If she says something the wrong way, or then she could be doing damage. And not only that, like she could be doing damage to the very people that she's looking to support or to take heat off of. You know what I'm saying? Like I always go back to like Paige Bucker's speech at the SB. And And it was just like, she was very skilled in how she turned the spotlight to where she wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And to amplify Black women in a way that was affirming to them. It's absolutely possible to get out here and fumble it and end up saying things that end up being offensive towards the very people that you say that you're trying to uplift. Like, there's a lot of ways for it to go wrong that I honestly prefer that if people are like, this isn't my jam, I would honestly prefer that you not say anything. And so I don't think she's doing wrong. And she, Miss Williams mentioned maybe she'll get more media training. Yeah. And that's fine. But she may decide, like, this is something that I never want to speak on. Like, this is just like, she may decide she might go the Michael Jordan route where she's just like, look, I don't want my name used on any side of this cause. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And that's not going to be a part of anything that I speak on. Mm-hmm. And that is a way to do it. Right. And so I think that, yeah.
Marshawn Lynch used to be like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Okay.
Exactly.
So, maybe, and maybe it's her team. It's like, you know what? Let's just not say anything. Let's just, you just do you, and we just do our stuff around you outside of this, and we'll feel it out later. I don't know. So, I wish her the best. Who knows? She's brought a lot of insight to the game, a lot of a fan base fan base and some trolls to the game. But in this situation, I think some bad publicity has been good for the WNBA as far as viewership is concerned. So, yeah.
Honestly, I think the best thing that she could do right now is not about wading into the toxicity, but she needs to tweet out, share, do whatever, that she's still watching the playoffs. Because for the people who are like, I just tuned in for her, if she really wants to say, I'm trying to grow the game, then she would turn attention to the game. She wouldn't be like, well, I'm out, so it's okay if the 3 million people who are watching me are out. She needs to tell her people, I'm still invested. This is still interesting. I've got my popcorn ready. Who's watching with me? Here's who I'm watching. Here are the things I'm looking for in tonight's game. What are y'all looking for? Like, to me, that's what I would want to see her do more of. Not speak on social justice issues if she really doesn't feel equipped to do so. Because there is
exactly. I agree with you. I really actually think that's a great idea. Show up at those NBA games, those WNBA games, make her presence be known and bring those fans there, because again, they are watching, but there are more people watching because of her, among other players. But at the same time, keep them watching.
Exactly.
The WNBA is extremely exciting right now, especially, there's people in those stands, in those stadiums. So you see Caitlin Clark walk in. Hello. Well, hey, I'm going to the game today. You're right. That's, people are going to watch just because she said she was going to be there. So,
yeah. And to just remind people of like the basketball part of it, right? Like when you have the Liberty facing the Aces being like, hey, if you're like me, you loved seeing the 3-point contest in the NBA All-Star Weekend last year when Sabrina Ionescu went head-to-head with Stephen Curry and only lost by 1 basket in the 3-point contest. Watch her rain threes tonight. See how many threes she can hit. Like, draw people into the basketball of it and remind them that, like, that was the most watched 3-point contest in several years, having Sabrina go up against Steph Curry. And like that captured attention for a while. And so having people go back to those things, and we have like, and I'm someone as a woman athlete, I also understand that there are people, mostly men, who will come because of their interest in women and then find out about the sports later. So even if your whole thing is like, oh, Asia's dating Bam Adebayo or whatever, like whatever, draw attention to that and then be like, but watch how she could probably hang with Bam on the boards in a little bit. He's rebounding a little bit. But like, to me, that's what I would like to see. I don't need to see her speak up about racism and femininity and masculinity if that is not her lane, because there is a wrong way to do that. What I would like to see is that if she does see herself as an ambassador for the game, to be that even when she's not playing, and not be content with, well, since I'm out, I'm okay with these 3 million eyeballs also turning away from the game. Like, let them know that she's still invested in the league. She's still invested in the playoffs, and they should come along this and watch it with her.
Yeah. That's honestly, that's a great idea. I mean, has Angel Reese, she's been to a couple playoff games since they've been out, right? I thought I saw her at some.
A couple, but she's a woman of many talents and interests. So she's been some everywhere. She was at the Ravens game on Sunday night. So she's a little bit of everywhere.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. We lost Bunny again, but let's talk. What was we? Miss Alice. Oh, okay. Hold on one second. I'm going over to. We got our week 4 matchups and our week 4 recaps and our matchups for week 5 in the NFL. And I will be honest, I've been watching a little bit of football, but I ain't had time because I've been paying attention to my own son, so I've been catching some recaps here and there. I'm still rooting for. Let's see who I want to go this year. Probably the Ravens. I think that's going to be my team this year. I'm not going to call myself a bandwagon fan. I just like to watch good football. I used to love the Cow. I might still like the Cowboys because we got a St. Louis kid on the team, Ezekiel Elliott. But St. Louis is sprinkled out a little bit everywhere these days. So St. Louis is producing some talent in some of these teams, and hopefully we have some more real soon. Go to some of these leagues, but I don't know who I'm really rooting for. Let me see. Let's look at this. Let's see.
It's been an interesting year. There are definitely some surprises in terms of teams that we thought would be better, who are not, including my Cowboys, teams who we didn't expect to be. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, my eyes are old.
Yeah, I need glasses. I see Minnesota 4-0. Let's see who is still undefeated. We got Kansas, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs. How could I forget them?
That's a phantom 4-0 though. They're not as good as their record.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, I think maybe they need to shake off a little maybe some dust they got going on right now. I'm not sure, but
there's no shaking the dust off. They have no receivers. They lost their best receiver. It's more than dust. They've decided for the last 3 years that they don't care about having an offense and having receivers and weapons, and they've gotten away with it. I don't think this year they're going to be able to get away with it.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, the refs are helping a lot. The refs are doing their part to try to make sure that they get away with it, but I don't think that they're going to get away with it. The problem is these 3-1 teams, like there's no one in the AFC right now who is impressive. Baltimore just had a very convincing win against Buffalo, but
I really thought their record was better actually, but it's okay. Well,
but they beat teams that people thought would be really good. So their 2-2 record is against the Cowboys and the Bills, and their 2 losses, I think one is against Las Vegas. Is that correct? And I forget who the other one is against, but their 2 losses. Oh, and then Kansas City in the opening game.
Okay.
So they've lost to teams that people thought would be good, but beat teams that they are maybe not as good, but then beat teams that people thought would be good. But I have faith in Lamar. The Ravens are my side piece.
Give these side pieces. Jacksonville 0-4. You think they'll win a game this week? I don't know who they play.
I don't remember who they play either, but no, they're terrible. And they play the Colts. I don't. Well,
I don't know. They're not. That's a good matchup for them. That gives them some hope, maybe.
Maybe on the defensive side, but like Flacco was looking competent in this past week with Richardson going out. I thought it was hilarious because I'm like, I need to look at my age. But after the game, when Joe Flacco said that he's only 8 days older than Anthony Richardson's mom, I was like, I think I'm the same age as Joe Flacco. I might be old enough to be Anthony Richardson's mom. Like, I need to look this up. I know I'm the same age as Kirk Cousins. So it's just wild to me. But we have some of the old dudes out there still doing it. So Joe Flacco for the Colts. We've got Kirk Cousins for the Falcons. We've got Aaron Rodgers for the Jets. They're not looking to. We've got a Matthew Stafford for the Rams. The old guys are.
They still out there. They still doing the thing. This looks like a coin toss this week. Like, who's gonna win? Let me flip a coin to see. I don't know. I think that. Let's see. Go back. Let's see who's playing Monday night. We got the Chiefs playing the Saints for Monday Night Football. I like that one.
This could be where the wheels come off for the Chiefs.
Oh, you think so? I think the Chiefs gonna still take that one.
I mean, if it's close, the refs will help them. But if it's not close, there's a chance that the Saints, who have played competently and sometimes excellently, could take this away from them. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't bet money on the Chiefs.
Now, so
But you're back. What do you think about Monday Night Football?
Girl, Andy said it earlier, but she said she wouldn't bet her money on the Chiefs. But you said that doesn't reflect how they're playing. Is that correct?
Because they're not playing well.
Did last season, but once the playoffs hit, they got the guns rolling. Granted, it is hard to repeat, let alone three-peat, but Chiefs, I can see doing it, but we'll see. But for Monday Night Football, and Miss Chalet is correct, I have glasses on, and it's still small. I mean, help me out here, y'all.
The Saints versus the Chiefs.
It's me. I'm the problem. It's not the screen. I'm the problem. I'll accept that. So it looks like, ooh, damn, I'm not really that blind. The Saints can do it. I believe it.
Not the producer making it so big, buddy.
Right.
I see. I have 4 eyes and I'm still blind. I told y'all I'm the problem. I'll accept it.
Oh, goodness.
But you know what? Side note: when we see stories and sports anchors, and sometimes when they walk up to the screen, you see how big those screens are they working off of? Just saying. So some of them blind too.
Oh, I know. I need glasses. My eyes are old, real old. Like I said, I might be only 8 days older than Anthony Richardson's mom.
They say there's 3 ages in your life that you start really aging, and 44 is one of those ages. So
I'm almost there.
You trying to say I'm 44, Michelle?
I'm just saying we all kind of around that. You're not around that age. I mean, I thought we were all around the same age. Now you're making me feel old. She's like, I'm not that old.
No, Bunny's younger than us.
Listen, I'm 40 fun years old. I just had a birthday last week. So
did you say 40 fun years old?
40 fun, yes.
I love it. I'm gonna be 40 fun until my 50s, and then we're gonna be 50 fun. All the way through my 50s. Ain't no 50 nothing. It's gonna be 50 fun, and the rest of my 40s is gonna be 40 fun. I like that. Thank you, Bunny.
There we go. So it's not true. Yes, we are the same age. But I said because literally we went out to eat for my birthday last week, and one of the servers couldn't believe my age. And the only reason she even asked was, oh, happy birthday. And she's like, I just knew you were probably like late 20s. I said, oh, thank you. Yes.
Yes, I love it. Miss Williams says I have all of you beat by at least 20 years. Oh, it's okay, Miss Alice. You good. Look, I walked into a spot last week, me and my friend, and we got so upset because we didn't. It was kind of weird because they were IDing some people at the door, and we were like, "Oh, let's get our IDs out." We trying to get in line like everybody else, trying to pull our IDs. They just shoot us on. We're like, "Hold up, you gonna take this ID? you gonna ID me today? I need to look like suspect." Hello. But no, he was just like, we just kind of looked at him like, did he just like shoe us in like the aunties here?
He did.
Okay.
And you know what? I embrace the auntie stage. I'm loving the auntie stage. I'm here for it. I don't want to be in that 20-year-old.
No, we are older than Anthony Richardson's mom. I just looked it up. We are all older than Anthony Richardson's mom.
Wow.
Anthony Richardson's mom is 39. Huh?
So how old was she when she had him? Like
17.
Oh, well, you know.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, she's 39. So we're all old enough to have starting NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah. I have a 23-year-old, so that's true. I have a 23 and a 14-year-old, so.
Okay.
And I want to sometimes throat punch them on a daily basis because them boys be touching my nerves.
I can only imagine.
I was about to say they have to be boys for the throat chop. I feel like throat chop.
Yeah, I really wouldn't throat chop a girl, but see, I don't think I could have a girl.
There
you go, head to head.
I keep testing her gangster. She's like, here, if y'all want to test my gangster, I'm gonna show you.
Look, they can get it. Okay, look, you can go. What are we on today? Let's go. So, anyway, all right. Monday Night Football. Annie has not got the Chiefs. We're gonna have to rewind this. I hope we take us to clips because we gotta talk about when the Colorado games come back or the Mizzou games. I forget what it was.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna make sure Annie feels a little sorry for herself.
I'm gonna run them back on my ass and say, like, look, remember back when I was trying to tell you. Okay, all right. Well,
like loud and wrong, but yeah. Make sure we got Annie soaking over there like she soak about her country cowboy. So yeah.
Have me on after Mizzou loses to Alabama so that you can roll the footage and be like, Annie was right.
I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a good game. I hope it's a good game. I want it to be a really good game. How about we just have a really good game? You'd be like, you know what? They did lose, but that was a good game. That's what I need.
It'll be over by halftime.
But she said it's gonna be a loss for both of them. Then in the Oklahoma, I'm like, dang, you can get 1 out of 2. You just went straight to they're gonna lose. I'm like, oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. There ain't no hope. They're gonna be done by half. I'm like, dang, Annie.
Yeah, y'all are paper tigers. Paper tigers.
Is that how you do your Cowboys though?
No, we're gonna win every week. I don't understand.
Oh, okay.
Okay, moving right along. Mm-hmm. We are going to, let's see, we got a video we're about to play. We're going to be ranking our top 5 sports we love to see men play. Okay, all right, okay.
I'm just gonna name mine. I'm not gonna say why. I'm just gonna name mine.
Yep.
I got 5. I got basketball, golf, lacrosse. Yeah, hit y'all with that one, did y'all weren't expecting that. Lacrosse.
My brother with collegiate.
Soccer. Softball.
All right. I'm gonna run my 5 right now. I got basketball, tennis, volleyball.
I thought about that one.
Track and field.
I thought about that one.
And gymnastics.
I thought about all of them.
Because that is a sport.
Yeah.
So they're not amateurs, like some people say.
Yeah.
It's a sport.
Okay, I'm going for my number 5 sport would be track and field. Track and field for women to watch. Number 2 sport is soccer. My number 2 sport is soccer. My number 3 sport is volleyball.
Volleyball. The nigga said 5, 2, 3, 1, 4. What is with this counting?
My number 3 sport is volleyball. Oh, my bad. My number 5 sport is track. My number 4 sport is soccer. My number 3 sport is volleyball. My number 4 sport is tennis. I don't know. My number 5 sport is basketball. I just wrote it down. I wasn't prepared.
I know you did. He said my number 5 sport, my number 2 sport. Then he went number 3.
He said 5, 3, 2.
No, he said 5,
track,
3,
volleyball, tennis, and the WNBA, baby.
Okay, Craig went all the way to 876 89 43. Anyway, can we we're gonna name ours, but what is Mario? Lacrosse and golf? I
He
didn't
went
expect
outside
that.
the box on that one.
We said what?
He went outside the box on that one.
Yeah. Okay. I like Stan's picks. Okay, who wants to go first? I think I got this. But I don't have them written down any order. I'll go first since here we go. Let's see. I don't have them in any order, but top 5 sports. First off, football. And I'm going because these are the sports I like to play or like to watch, right? Basketball, football. Let's see, track. I think there's more sports. Swimming. I do like to see swimming. And let's see. Pickleball. How about that? It's a sport.
I am confusion about this entire topic.
It's top 5 sports we like to see. We love seeing men play.
I'm
really sure trying to trick us into being like, oh, I like to see men play football because of those. I don't know what our producer put us up to this.
Well, I'll say this: it's not a top 5, but if you're doing it for the non-athletic part of watching the events and just looking at the uniform, Mr. Loudy called it track and field, baby. Everything's is really fitted. Just say that.
Wasn't there a baseball team this year that came out with some interesting pants or something?
All of them with the new
that was the year
pants.
that happened. But prior to this year, you didn't see that. But track and field, you always see that. And you know, I watch it a lot of times the Olympics, but if it's not the Olympics, they'll have the World Championships on. Again, the men's outfits or uniforms, sorry. Again, everything is fit. Okay, so.
Oh, we got wrestling. Well, then we got wrestling then. Wrestling?
Yeah, but you know what? And see, because I don't see it in person. I definitely don't see it. You know, WWE called WG, whatever. They don't have it set up like the wrestling you see in high school, or college. But yeah, that's another one.
I'm taking pickleball back. I'm sorry. Let me remove my last 5. I'm putting boxing in. I forgot about that sport. I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Annie. And as you like to have no idea what direction we're going in, what is your top 5 sports you love seeing men play?
I'm just confused by everything. I saw this question. I thought it was a typo. I saw that we were going to watch a video. And then it was a bunch of dudes talking about what sports they like to watch women do, which that was awkward. And then one of them can't count. That was awkward. Then it was like gymnastics, and it's like, I don't think gymnastics is a sport, but that was glossed over. So I'm just so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
To ask me what sports men play is assuming heterosexuality, so I assume that's why we're being asked. Was because it was being asked in a heterosexual context for the men. I don't.
Girl, give me 5 sports.
I'll just talk about, okay, so my favorite sports, and men happen to play them.
There we go.
Football is my number 1.
Yes, I like it.
Or my number 5 if you're Craig Black. Or my number 3 if you're Craig Black. Apparently numbers have no meaning. This is not an interval rating scale that we are on. We're just going to throw out a number and then a sport. So my number 8 is basketball. My number 23 is hockey. My number alpha is soccer. And then pi, the number and the dessert, would be track, sprinting specifically. But I don't think track is a sport. So no, not track.
Oh, so wait a minute. Interesting. We got another subject to talk about here real quick because Annie has said 2 things interesting to me, that she does not feel track is a sport or gymnastics is a sport. What is your classification of a sport?
So, one, the human has to be the one doing the sport. So that takes out horse racing and driving racing. So none of those racing things, because there are other things that are doing the heavy lifting. It has to have some sort of ball or puck or object, and there has to be an opportunity to play defense. So I don't think golf is a sport.
Okay. Oh, okay.
These are like athletic competitions. I think you have to be incredibly skilled and flexible and strong and talented. And I'm not saying just because it's not a sport doesn't mean that I can or anybody can do it. I just don't think they're sports. So
interesting. I've been watching gymnastics like, whoa, the way they flip around on them bars and do all that work on the mats and the muscle strength they have to have, the athleticism. It's an interesting take. Bonnie, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I absolutely think it's all incredible. And I love Simone Biles. I would watch Simone Biles over most of my 5 men playing sports in whatever order. I just don't think it's a sport. Like, that's not a judgment of her or her skill or her ability. Like, I don't think it's a sport. I've seen people be like, band is a sport. We were just, okay.
No, that's included. That's a little reach.
I don't think
we call it. What would we call it? If it's not a sport, what would you a performance?
A competition?
Okay.
Okay, you have competitions. It's a physical endeavor. It's a game. It's a match. It's a But I just don't think it's a sport.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's anything more valuable about sports than non-sports.
A skills competition.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what Miss Alice said, a skills competition. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like the Olympic Games, I don't think everything in the Olympics is a sport.
Breakdancing.
Exactly. Number 1. That's my 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 that I never want to watch again is breakdancing. Don't let people do that anymore. I'm glad it's not in the upcoming Olympics.
Yeah, that got out real quick.
And I know that LA had decided not to do it even before the Paris Games. Like they had decided that breakdancing wouldn't be in the LA Olympics. But if they had decided it was going to be in there after what happened at the Paris Olympics, they should have taken it out. So, yeah.
It's not coming back next Olympics. No dancing there, but
Miss,
they have football in it.
Miss Alice said a failed experiment. A failed experiment.
All the way around. All the way around.
I don't know if that woman actually really meant to like become a viral sensation. I don't know. But it gave her some publicity. I don't know. It was a very interesting. When I saw it, I didn't realize what was even happening. I'm like, why is this on the Olympics? What is this? What is she doing? Why are we watching? Then I found out it was actually something real. Like they were really judging for who decided. Like I want to know who the committee was that said breakdancing, and she is it. That's what I want to know.
It was the Oceania Breakdancing Committee. So there was like an actual international committee who decided it. But it's all the way bad. If someone is watching you on TV and is like, what is happening? Is this for real? Yeah. Like that's not the response you want when people are watching you live your dream on TV. Is like,
and I felt bad for feeling that way, but that's how I felt. I looked up, I'm like, what am I watching? Is this real? Then I'm like, what are these memes? I couldn't figure it out. She was everywhere. And then I'm finally like, oh, that was really real. I thought that was like some sort of SNL skit, but that was really on the Olympics.
You never want to see people, you never want to live your dream and have people think it was an SNL skit. That's so embarrassing.
And it's sad because, when I looked back and I actually watched some of the interviews and seeing her, talk about it and things, it felt like genuine, like she didn't, that's just what she did wherever she was from. Because I don't think she's from the States. She's from somewhere else.
She's from Australia.
Yeah, Australia. So maybe that's just how they get down over there. I don't know, but it just wasn't the break dancing up here. And maybe whatever she did to get there, I'm hoping it wasn't that, because whoever was watching to say that's it. Yeah, nah, y'all don't need to be nowhere near the Olympics and any committee to decide on anything with the Olympics. So,
and then there was this weird glitch in the scoring where she was the #1 ranked break dancer in the world after the Olympics. And it was just like, it was a math, like it wasn't a glitch. It was just like the way that the International Breakdancing Committee does their rankings. She just so happened to, after the Olympics, be ranked #1, and people were just like, stop. People won't take us seriously if she keeps getting put out there as an example of what breakdancing is.
Yeah, well, that is, I like that the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 18 sport that you won't put on your list. So, yeah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I need more prep time. If I'm going to walk into conversations where they're like, watch videos from the man cave and react.
You know what? I missed it too. So I was just like, what am I watching? Then here come Mario talking about some lacrosse and yeah, Mario, I'm talking about you. Lacrosse and what was that other sport? Soccer. Not soccer. What do you say?
Golf.
You might as well say pool. So
I am confusion. So unless ratings for this show go up when we do live reacts to what happens in the man cave, Annie needs some more prep. Like, just let me know. Like, the men were not counting and we're coming up and judging what they want to watch women do. And we're going to have you react to that later. Unless what y'all enjoy, what our public enjoys, is watching Annie in real time, try to figure out what the hell is going on. Because that's exactly what you got to witness in real time.
What are we watching? What are we doing again? Hold on. 5, 4, 8, 2, and 1. Okay, we got it. All right.
So my number 5, my number 4, my number 3, my number 4, and my number 5.
Shout out to Craig Black. They're gonna be talking about us on the Man Cave. Make sure you watch the Man Cave right here on this channel. I think next Wednesday or the last Wednesday. There we go. The Man Cave plug. And you can follow us on Instagram and you will find out the exact schedule every last Wednesday of the month. There we go. We'll see what their top 5 something is, whatever they got going on this week.
Who knows what they're gonna be talking about next.
Mm-hmm. So,
and then you may get to see us react to it on the first Wednesday of every month and see us watch it in real time. What is happening? Because that is what happened tonight. I promise. Look, to the viewing public, we do prepare for this show. We treat this like a serious endeavor. But I had no idea what I was going to have to watch, and that's what it contained. And then the camera was going to come on me looking like,
boom, Annie, what are we talking about? And hold on.
Say what now? So yeah, so y'all got to see some live react videos there, despite the fact that we do prepare for this. We want to give y'all the best. We work behind the scenes. We talk about stuff, but no, I was not ready for that.
Right. Honestly, too, if you are watching, you can always leave your comments. We do get those on the page. You can leave your comments. You can tell us your top 5 favorite sports that you like to see men playing, or women. We don't care. You can. It don't matter.
Mix it up. Mix it up. Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's see. We're gonna move on to the city of Oakland. Looks like they're boohooing and crying. We got a video of this. This happened to us a couple years ago, and it happened. I don't feel too sad for Oakland, but go ahead and play the video.
Now I have a question. Is this going to be a video of Oakland, or is this going to be a video of the Man Cave doing their top 5, number 5 favorite Oakland teams of all time for women?
I'm just gonna name mine. I'm not gonna say why.
Speaking of last, it's my final day here at NBC Sports, and what some might not know yet, it's your last day too. And if I'm going to go out in style, I can't think of a better person to go out with. And I'm sorry we didn't get a lot more years here, but I'm not sorry that you're not getting rid of me yet. I love you, Stu.
I love you too, Hammer. And this is what I have. And I never write anything down, you know that. As I sat to write this, I'm filled with so many memories of the laughs we've shared, the moments we've teased each other, and the countless times you've been there to guide me with your wisdom and honesty. Working alongside you has been one of the highlights of my life. Your mentorship has not only shaped me professionally, but also personally. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. You're one of the best in the business, and I know that because you make something extremely difficult look so easy. Excuse me. I'll never forget the tough conversations and moments the tough conversations, the moments we challenge each other, or the way we push through with humor and respect. You've been more than a mentor, you've been a confidant and a true friend. While this chapter may be closing, I know our friendship is for life. I'm excited for what's ahead for both of us, but no matter where we go or what we do, I'll always carry the lessons and the memories of our time together. Here's to the next chapter and to a lifelong friendship we've built. Thank you, Hammer.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too.
The feelings are so mutual.
All right. Well, that was former Dave's A's player on Dave Stewart. Well, that was sad. Damn, Fred. I was waiting for some fans pulling chairs out the stadium. Thinking like, look, we lost the Rams. I don't have no sympathy for y'all. And then you played that. Okay.
I know, right? We were like, we don't care. And then they played two grown men cry, and I'm like, oh, okay. That's my favorite thing to watch men do is cry. I love the vulnerability in that moment.
Yeah, I get it now. I can see why that could be. Well, I have sympathy for the A's and Dave Stewart and yeah, that's got to be sad after so many years of being commentators together. But I'm pretty sure they'll get picked up somewhere else, and I really hope they look like they got some chemistry together, and they're gonna party like it's 1999, the last day. I think that was the last day, maybe. But when I saw videos of the last game, I think I saw fans trying to pick up chairs and take them out the stadium. So yeah, that's what I thought I was about to see. My bad.
Some riots.
Surprise!
Right. Look. Y'all are watching in real time as the show unfolds before our eyes. All we seeing is, ladies, we got a video coming up, and it's all right, what we about to see, we have been given no clue. I personally love to have seen a riot.
So my bad, yeah. So we do have sympathy for the A's, and obviously the Oakland A's and their fan base, because it was detrimental to St. Louis too when we lost our Rams for a little bit. Then we was mad. We went through our emotions. We was sad. Then we was happy. Oh, okay, bye. Maybe we'll get a new team. Then we was like, no, we're not gonna get a new team. And then we got mad, and we still kind of mad. And now we got but we got the Battlehawks, and I ain't gonna lie, I love the Battlehawks. So.
And the thing is that St. Louis still has two professional teams. And the Cardinals and the Blues. Oakland now has 0 professional teams. Seems like your dog is also upset about it. He's gonna tear some stuff up on Oakland's behalf. I love the energy. He's like, I'll tear all this stuff up for Oakland. I love it.
Look, and I'm trying to get it.
No, that's the energy I want to see. I love it. Tear stuff up, puppy. We about to riot. But Oakland now has 0 professional teams.
We got to tear it up for the A's. Shout out to the A's. Yeah.
Tear it up for the A's, puppy.
Okay, well, but I believe that was their last. They just had their last game. So the A's, and it did say that was the second. They lost another team before.
They lost all of their professional teams. They lost the Raiders. They had did they have They lost the Warriors, and did they also have? And they lost the A's. Did they also at one point have a NHL team, or it was just MLB, NBA, and NFL? Because they've lost the NBA, NFL,
Warriors. Let's see. Yep, those three.
Those three.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang, that's tough.
So now
we lost St. Louis football Cardinals back in the day, and then we lost the St. Louis Rams.
Yeah,
I think that's it. I think that's just the only two. I mean, it
happens.
happened.
You have the Cardinals, the baseball Cardinals. Y'all still have the Blues.
And we had the SEL Hawks. Hold on, I don't know how old. When was I'm today's years old when I found out we had an NBA team.
Mm-hmm. St. Louis had one of the first NBA teams, right? Even when it was in the ABA, they have one of the oldest teams.
Nice. Well, we need to get one back because I feel like St. Louis could do some NBA. It's tough here. Because clearly we want some football because we're filling up arena. We filling up the dome for arena football. And I feel like it's going to be even bigger next year. I'm really hoping. I have an amazing time when I go to the Battlehawks game. But I love watching the NBA. I think the amount of NBA games would be maybe a potential struggle because you got one game a week for football, and that's why people go out. You would need more of a consistent fan base for NBA because you got to fill, what is that, a series up when they have a series here. So I think that might be the issue. 1968. All right. So the St. Louis Hawks left on May 3rd, 1968. I was not a thought, a dream, or a wish at that point in time. Okay. So
not at all. What is the closest NBA drive to St. Louis? I definitely went to Memphis games while I was in St. Louis, but I didn't know if that was the closest.
I think it's either Memphis, the Grizzlies, or the
Bulls.
The Bulls. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So yep.
I mean, I wonder what
NFL. So we got the Chiefs for NFL. I think they're the closest, and well, again, Chicago, and then
yeah, maybe the Pacers.
Oh, Indiana's Pacers. Yeah,
Indianapolis isn't that far. Yeah, I don't know which of the three is closest, but I definitely went to Memphis because I'm a Clippers fan. So
okay,
I would go watch Memphis when the Clippers played there. But yeah, I mean, the thing is that you have these cities where fans are investing time, energy, money into the fandom around these teams. They're growing up kids to enjoy these teams, to root for these teams. And then in the blink of an eye, like one family or one man, Kroenke, or one corporation can decide to they just want to go somewhere else strictly for financial reasons or because a city won't pay public tax dollars for them to have a private asset in a stadium. And then they decide to take that away from entire cities. And it's the business side of sports. It's the part people don't like to think about because it takes away from all the fun stuff. But it really does mean something to these cities when teams up and leave. And now you have a city that has a sports footprint that it has nothing to do with.
Yeah.
So they still have unused stadiums where teams are no longer playing. And these are just, what do we do with this? Right.
Yep.
And leave a city behind to figure it out.
Let's see. Miss Williams said we also had the St. Louis Browns. Miss Williams, hold on. From 1902, you going in some history crates with some facts right here. 1902 to 1953, and then they became the Baltimore Orioles. Okay, Major League Baseball. All right.
St. Louis really is a love them and leave them city. They'll go there and start stuff, and then they go on to greener pastures. St. Louis is like that woman that men date that just get them cleaned up for the next girl. It's like I'm not trying to stick with her, but she gonna get my wardrobe right. She gonna pay for my braces. She gonna get me on to her company. And so then St. Louis cleans them up, gets them looking nice.
And then bye.
Deuces. Yeah.
Yep,
exactly.
upgrade.
St. Louis is the equivalent of what they call it, the black woman upgrade. Whenever people say they date black women and then they upgrade, that's what St. Louis does to sports teams, and then sends them out. They up and leave her as soon as she get them looking like something. Well, there's a lesson in there. I want the man cave to talk about that. Talk about the top 5 women that y'all left who cleaned you up and got you right for the woman you with now. Do that top 5, 4, 3, 4, 5 list.
Pie.
And then I'll react to that next month. Let's see that list.
Ooh, the man cave gonna have all things to say. Good. Because y'all can't count.
Are they gonna watch our top 5 and be like, what? They said what now?
You know Fred gonna have them clips on deck.
I keep getting clipped for the wrong stuff. No one ever clip. I never get clipped for the show with like a good take or anything like that. It's like Annie was drunk last month. Let's run that.
Promo. Bunny came back right on time. Look.
I'm just saying. But Annie, you put your foot in your mouth when you messed up last month. You was mixing sports and championships. Like, wait a minute, who does that?
Look, it happens. I had a lot of sports in my cup. They was mixing.
That's your story. You're sticking to it. And you know, Stan gonna come for you now, Annie. He is going to come for you. Another team that y'all missed out on that left town, St. Louis Browns. That's the other baseball team we had.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I think Miss Williams said it, but it was back in the yesteryears.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Miss Williams has been schooling us on all the teams that have loved them and left them in St. Louis. The love them and leave them.
I can't believe Michelle, you didn't know we had a basketball team, the St. Louis Hawks, before they went to the ATL. Had a whole championship and everything.
You think I'm that old? You think I'm those years old?
No. I just got an old daddy, so he cut me up abreast on all St. Louis sports history.
My grandfather, my dad, he raised me, and he was a St. Louis Cardinals fan. I grew up watching the Cardinals, watching Ozzie Smith do backflips out onto the field, and I grew up watching a lot of the Bulls. I was a Bulls fan in elementary and middle school. I really wanted to be a basketball player, but that didn't work out. I didn't make the team in middle school. I was kind of slow. I did play softball though. I was more of a softball player. I was pretty good at it, but high school came and then I said, I'm gonna be a cheerleader. This looks like fun.
I'm surprised cheerleading didn't make the man cave, but softball.
They don't consider that a sport. A lot of guys don't consider cheerleading a sport. That's why.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Softball made somebody's 5, 4, 3, 4, 5 list.
Oh, it did. You know, I love softball. I would never do it now. In fact, I don't really need to do anything besides pickleball these days. But I've been blocked. My husband's like, you can't move that fast, okay? No, no, we definitely not playing softball. No baseball, no. In fact, you're too close to the field watching the sport. So.
Don't let him steal your shine. Don't let him do it.
You gotta stay in this box. You can't leave the box to get on the field. That's funny.
No, find your over 40 league and get back on the diamond. I want to see it. You can be in my 5, 4, 5, 4, 5.
I will still play a little kickball. Look, there we go. I'll play some kickball. I like.
That's a competitive competitive kickball league in St. Louis. It used to be really popular years ago. They kind of told.
Oh no, yeah, I played.
It's still a big deal. St. Louis takes kickball way too seriously.
I heard, but I didn't. I went to a few games, but I was like, whoa.
I can play kickball. The problem is the last time I played. Here, I'm telling my business.
You got kicked out?
No, I didn't get kicked out, but I kicked the ball and I have great form running, but that's it. It looks like I'm going somewhere, but I'm not really going anywhere. I thought I was doing something. I really thought I was.
Got your feelings hurt, huh? They were like, what are you doing?
My feelings was hurt. They was like, you thought you was going to make it to third base. You only got to first. Your form was really good. Look, I made it.
The form does not give us runs. Okay.
I need footage of this. Someone has to have the tape of this. I want to see the most perfect running form moving at quarter speed.
I put my hands, I have everything. Look, I think I was even pinching. I think you're supposed to pinch your fingers and hold so you get the wind. No. No, I tried.
I need to see. I just need footage. This is the video I want to react to next month.
Okay, producer, get on your job. Producer,
These
get on your job.
fingers catching the wind. You said this catches
No, I
the
think it's
wind?
like you slicing through the wind or something. I don't.
Okay.
Look, it's been a minute. I did, track. I was kind of bottom heavy, and I didn't like how that felt when I was running, so I didn't do track. But I thought I could do basketball. That didn't work because I was kind of slow. They're like, you got to get up the court a little faster. Okay, fine. But
football is where you landed.
So softball, I played a little softball, and then I ended up in cheerleading.
Okay.
Because you're kind of stationary. I don't have to run.
Wait, what kind of cheerleading? Football or basketball?
I did football and basketball.
No
Football and basketball. Yeah.
She kept her fingers pinched the whole time.
Look, I have
fingers pinched.
That's one thing I give y'all credit because y'all not out there getting them sweat like the players. So football, when October hits and they're cool nights, Friday nights or Saturdays even, and if they go to playoffs in November, whoo!
Some of them nights was cold. But your adrenaline gets going. I was young too. When you have to remember back in the day. High school, you don't think about cold. You're just out there. Because think about how many times in your 20s you was out going to be somewhere cute and you had a little bit of nothing on and it was -2 outside. But you like, now we in our
be cute and catching the cold. Try to be cute, boy. I tell you.
No, now we grown and we're like, we're gonna be cute under this coat until we get inside. How about that?
That's it. That is it.
The whole way.
Do you
I did my cute in the cold years way too long because I was in my 30s when I moved to St. Louis, trying to be at Oz across the river.
Yep, that's your producer's old stomping grounds.
Wearing nothing and out in the cold.
Catching the cold. We probably had COVID 88 times back in the day.
Listen. But let me tell you, let someone invite me to a club tonight. I will be in sweatpants, okay?
It's all about comfort. I do comfort over being too cute. I can be cute, but comfort is going to supersede the too cute.
Exactly. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We need to order a hoodie.
Right. Speaking of cold, if you need a hoodie, make sure you order one at smoothproductions.com. You can get you a ladies' night hoodie.
Yeah, because we always love our ladies' night apparel.
And we can take them and wear them into the club, and then we take them off and have our cute stuff on underneath, and then put it back on. There we go.
Got our ladies' night apparel. It is Oz approved. You can wear it to the club.
Because we try to be cute but comfortable. Okay.
You saw
the cute, the cold girl in early April once. My comments, young blood. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And see, so what,
and it's cold. I'm like, listen, I ain't gonna say nothing because I used to be in the young and dumb stage at one time, but y'all just take it to a whole nother level. At least my cheeks was in when it was cold outside. I'm trying to be cute. They cheeks is out. Listen. What
it ain't even a cheek either. It's like the cheek.
If it's warm, okay. Listen, y'all took it to another level. But you know what? Y'all like it. I don't love it. Have a good day. Okay.
Now you don't like it. If you like it, I don't love it. Okay.
That's it.
No, but you know what? And the boys take it to they're different because while the girls will be wearing nothing all year round, the boys will have on a hot hoodie, sweatpants, a scully,
90-degree weather,
sweating, talking about that cold.
90-degree weather. Why would you do the hoodies with 90-degree weather? I still don't understand. Nobody can answer that question for me.
My son does it all the time, and I still haven't figured it out. I'm like, what are we doing? It's 90 out. You have a black hoodie on, black pants. Why do you have a Nike Scully on? Where are we going? We're not driving to Antarctica.
They said they go Black Ops mode in the middle of summer. Black Ops all day.
Right. But it was part of the routine. Like for the slam, our season ran. We started tryouts in October. Season starts in January, ends in July. But you kind of feel like, I don't know, you get a superstition about you. Like, this is my pregame outfit. This is what I wear here. And so you start with something in October, and then you realize in July, I'm still wearing these same black warm-ups. I'm still wearing this like hoodie underneath my uniform, or still wearing like these leg warmers underneath it, but you feel like I can't change it up. This is what we've been winning, that I've been wearing. And so that's how you end up with like these like mixed season type outfits, is you're like, I don't want to change it up.
But let me ask you. But you were going from the crib, the car, into a gym, not to a track meet.
Like coming out to the field to play.
Oh yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. That is outside in July. That's hot.
So if I wore black leggings in the first game and we won, even by the time we get to July, and I don't.
You still wearing the black leggings?
I still had on the black leggings because you don't mess with it.
You don't. That's okay. Okay.
The color make a difference when you wear the leggings. The color makes a difference.
It might, but once you figure out what works, you can't switch it up.
But I get it. So, but you was going for an event. You had a purpose. I'm talking about, hey, we're gonna go watch this game, or we're gonna go outside. We're just gonna go outside today. You know what?
Okay, I thought it was like a on the way to the game fit. I was like,
no. This is just on our way to anywhere, non-game, and you know, I'll have my nice little sundress on, a tank top, some flip flops, and here comes my son in a black hoodie. Some black pants, black shoes.
I was trying to help him out. I thought,
and then the black Scully. You know, he's got to cover the head too. I guess it's gonna get cold, or maybe he felt it was gonna get too much sun. Yeah,
and his face looked so concerned too. And he's like,
I was trying to help. Like I was trying to be like, look,
but look, when I go pick one out. And then here come 4 more looking the same. I'm like, where are y'all going? What are we doing today?
Feather flock together, ma'am.
I'm like, y'all look hot. Y'all just got to get out because y'all making me hot. Speaking of
hot, hoodies. Don't our ladies nice hoodies?
You too can look hot in summer.
In a black hoodie.
We are about to go into hoodie season. So this is the perfect time to get your Platform Sports hoodie or your Ladies Night hoodie, and you can get them customized at smoothproductions.com. Smoothproductions.com.
And before we have a hard stop by Miss Michelle, was there any other topic we wanted you to chime in on before you leave us?
We got to come up with a topic that we want the men to respond to.
Ooh, that's, you know what?
Next week. Don't be surprising me with no, what do you like to watch people bounce around in topics?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know what? That's a good one, Annie. We're gonna throw something to them.
It is. Listen, producer, I think they want to go off script instead of we run this. They want to let you know another topic to talk about for the fellas. Okay. They don't want that foolishness that you gave with the top 5. Annie won't let it go. So producer,
I will never in life count to 5, 1 through 5 again. I will always say my 5, 4, 3, 4, 5. And
we run this. What is? You know what? It's been a minute. My bad, Bunny. Bring me back in. Rope me back in.
No worries, sweetie. So you were the commissioner or the CEO of a league. What would you change? And it doesn't have to be professional. Y'all talking about the kickball league earlier. Like, what would you change if you were running a league or a sports team? That facial expression, her thinking face is funny.
And then they put it on me, like, give me your answer now.
Right.
If you need an example, like when I mentioned before with NBA shortened season, shorten them games, but with the shortened season, you definitely give perks to, you know, of course, the best records, but also when they do the NBA tournament at the beginning of the season, the incentive, instead of money, you win it, or whoever stays in the longest, you get like first round buys in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like that right now, the incentive when you win a tournament at the beginning of the NBA season is money. They got millions. Even the number 12 men on the roster get at least 500,000. They're not poor. and they're definitely not struggling. So incentivize with, playoff buys, because a lot of times you hear season alone, that means they get injuries, and in the playoffs sometimes you may have a team that would have been good, but that injury, so they didn't make it. At the beginning of the season, nobody's really injured. So that's the best way to see who is what with healthy, and then they get rewarded by getting the first round bye, second round bye. Get times more player to heal for their long season.
Got it. I still have nothing right now.
Okay, I'll accept it.
Come back. Give me a second. I'll let Annie go. Let me think about this.
Yeah. So there's an update after this weekend's college football games. The NIL rankings have been updated. Number 1 is Shedeur Sanders. Number 2 is Livy Dunn. Number 3 is Travis Hunter. Number 4 is Arch Manning. And number 5 is Jalen Milroe, and he's at 2.5 million at number 5. Shedeur Sanders leading with 5.6 million in NIL deals. And I fully support students being paid and being able to make money off their name, image, and likeness, but I still think that the schools need to pay them like the employees that they are. And right now, we are still asking the wrong people to foot the bill for college athletics. And unfortunately, my school was one of the ones that, people crapped on because we paid James Madison $750,000 to come into our house and whip up on us something terrible. But none of the players get a piece of that $250,000. It goes into the athletic department. And so if I were running college sports, one, I would do away with the NCAA. But if I were like the czar of college sports, I would say that athletic departments and actual schools need to pay students, need to treat them like the employees that they are. They need health insurance. They need collective bargaining rights, all of those things. And not just count on you having a good game on national TV and now you can make. And have the last name Sanders and have a coach who draws attention and get the money and have the last name Sanders, the last name Manning, right? And Travis Hunter is sort of like a second son of Deion Sanders in order to make this kind of money. So that's what I would change is I would make universities treat their athletes like the employees that they are and still allow students to make name, image, and likeness, but treat them like employees. And if you treat them like employees, you'll eliminate some of the other stuff, like the UNLV quarterback who was just like, my NIL check didn't clear. I'm not playing anymore, even though they were 3-0.
Oh, wow.
He was like, check didn't clear.
What was the outcome of that?
He ain't playing.
No, he's not. But is the school team gonna find him? I mean, what?
Well, there's my rule. The money clears first before they play the next game.
So a second set of boosters tried to replace the money that he said that he was promised or owed or whatever the thing is, and he was like, "Nah, it's too late." So,
wow.
Yeah. Florida State just had a wide receiver decommit after the terrible football they've been putting on tape. But if you have people as employees and stop treating them like celebrity endorsements, right, then you could have a little bit more structure around, okay, there's an expectation of how much of your time we have and you being here and you've committed, we're in contract with each other. But as long as you're not treating them like employees, they can just be like, my check didn't clear. And so neither does my key card to this locker room anymore. And I'm out.
Okay. I can see that. I can dig that. Because I think, they don't they can just hop up. You can just leave. Well, I'm pretty sure. And let me ask you, because maybe this is something I don't know. I'm trying to understand more of it. Say they get their NIL deal from a school. And the school's doing bad, but they got a nice deal. But they're like, you know what? This school over here is offering me X, Y, and Z. It's better than over here. You know what? They look like they winning. Can they just up and buy? Is it not like a contract? Like you have to stay, especially if they're playing. Maybe they're playing. Can they
It's
just
all in the contract, as you just stated. Every contract is different for NIL, depending on who, what, even what a school.
No, but they're not in contract with the school, so the school cannot sign an NIL contract.
Oh, I'm sorry. That contract is when they do their scholarship. That is the contract. You have a whole document. Hence why other players have gotten in trouble previous years for different stuff. That is in writing.
But if they are on scholarship, it cannot be. It's not payment, so it can't be compulsory for them to play.
Well, the athletic side is not, but the scholarship is payment. They're covering your tuition, your room, all of that.
Right, you can drop out of school at any point, and that wasn't
right. And then you lose all of that. So again, the NIL deal is separate from your scholarship. But she was saying, how does it work if what the UNLV guy did? Yes, that is separate. But I was saying, technically, you said they can't get paid by the school. The school is paying their tuition and room and board. So they are still upping up some money.
But they're paying it to themselves. They're not cutting him a check to then pay the school back. So we'll just say, we're not covering your tuition. But that's not like, they didn't pay that to him. They paid themselves. Okay. And so they're not in any contract with the school. So they can withdraw from school at any point, and the school doesn't lose anything because they didn't give him money. They gave themselves money. So they're just like, we just move that line item. Or if like the boosters did it, the boosters have to be their own either LLC or nonprofit. And so basically you're in contractual, like right now this is coming up with DJ Ulungale, the quarterback for Florida State University, is like there's been some talk that the reason why Florida State hasn't benched him is because a part of his NIL agreements require that he play a certain amount of games. And so there's speculation, alleged, nobody come fight Annie. But there's some speculation that that's why they won't just outright bench him. And now he has like a finger injury, is because like they would actually have to pay back some money, which if you just play for the school and that's not in your contract with the school, you don't sign contracts with the school as a player. And so you can be hurt and not lose anything. They can decide later, like they won't offer you a scholarship or whatever. But again, that's just them paying themselves. That's not them paying you. But now with his NIL deal, there's some speculation that like, well, we can't bench him because there's some NIL money tied up into this. And that is tied to a certain amount of games or appearances that he'll make on like with the expectation that like Florida State's going to have a certain number of primetime games, have a certain number of nationally televised games, have a certain number of regionally televised games. And if you need him walking in wearing your Beats by Annie and the ACC network is like, we're not going to show this trash, then you're not getting what you paid for in terms of where you thought like you're paying a billboard, and this billboard has been canceled if they're taking those games off TV because you suck. But those are the only people that they're in contract with. They're not in contract with the school because they're not employees. If they were in contract with the school, they would have employee rights.
We need to have a whole NIL conversation. It's
an ever evolving.
Put that on here. I'm over here putting notes in. Seriously though, there's a lot of conversation there, and it's definitely not this 10 minute conversation that we can have, because there's so much around that in general that, especially wise people don't know, because it is becoming more relevant. And you have, especially in my household,
we have a son. You're definitely gonna hear more and more about that.
Yeah. So we're gearing up for high school, and then that stuff's coming fast, figuring out where we're going to college and things of that nature. So we see other players, other kids. I've talked to other parents. I have friends that have kids, girls that play basketball that get NIL deals, guys that get NIL. It's just, there's a lot of conversation. Every deal is different, and it's just understanding those. And I think that a lot of people need to truly, truly understand it now. Don't wait till the last minute, and they need to start getting some education, learning about it, doing the best they can to, figure out what their next steps are, what they need to prepare for. We, especially because my husband coaches too. And some of the players that we've coached up through the years, just being on teams. And now that changed. That was something that, when he went to school, he didn't have NIL. And now we have kids that are young and they're, it's changing the dynamic of sports. First off, especially if you have an athlete. So now you're trying to make sure that you coach them right. You're getting them the right athletics, the right training, the right education. They're putting them in the right. So there's a lot of preparation in advance now that people, they thought, okay, we're just going to go here. We got to get to the right college. We got to hope and pray for this dream. No, you don't even have to go to the league anymore. You can get you a nice deal going into college and set yourself up to have a nice future and never play a sport after you leave college and be set up from there. The dream is not truly, to me, anymore of going to the league. It is of going to the league or the NBA, the MLB, whatever. I think something happened. Sorry, guys. I've lost everybody. Oh, okay, I'm back. So my service got bad real quick. But no, I'm just saying there's a lot of new nuances that are happening right now that weren't happening in the past. I think I really got to go. This again, like I said, this could be a whole conversation. Reggie Bush what did he do? Just try to sue for back pay or something to that extent. I feel a class action lawsuit coming. And
they're right to do it as well. Like I said, whole another segment, whole another conversation.
Yep. And that's what allyship looks like. Look what Johnny Manziel did. That's what allyship looks like.
Out of all people, look, his bad track record when he got professional, but he still didn't, looked out for Reggie Bush, and that worked out.
That's how you do it right. If Caitlin Clark ain't ready to do that, that's okay. She can just shut up and dribble. We need people like Johnny Manziel being like.
Who next? All right, hey, ladies. Okay, you gotta go. I gotta go. Bye. Real quickly, Annie, I don't know if you remember this. Who really started the NIL stuff that did not get their due process, and they did a lawsuit, the O'Bannon brothers for UCLA in the mid '90s. Now I know technically, we want to take it a step further. Fab Five of Michigan. But then O'Bannon brothers took it legal and they lost their case, which I still don't understand how and why. But now what they were fighting for back in the mid '90s, now it's come fruition. So they should still try to do another lawsuit because there are people using their name, image, and likeness, O'Bannon twins, and got nothing. And now my thing, I've always said the NCAA is a cartel. The cartel is definitely coming down, crumbling slowly but surely. And people don't like it, and that's fine, because when big change happens, of course people don't like it. When you keep screwing people over and making all the money and don't have to pay out on it, of course you're going to be upset when people are going to start making you pay, or you have to give out more than what you anticipated. This is the America everybody wants, right? Free the opportunity to get what you want, how you get it, right?
Yeah, I just know that in this space, there are going to be a lot of bad actors out there. And there really is an opportunity for individuals to change their lives, to change their family's trajectories. And I hope enough of the right people are also out there to really help them, read these contracts and read these deals and stuff. Like, I was 3 months past my 18th birthday before the federal government let me sign for $40,000 in loans. Like, I didn't know what I was signing for. I didn't know nothing about interest. I didn't know nothing about nothing. I know you offered me $40,000 3 months past my 18th birthday, and I took it. And that was a contract. So regardless if I finished school or not, Sally Mae, Annie Faye, whoever it is, was going to come and collect.
Back too.
Right? Because I was not in contract with Chapel Hill, because I almost flunked out my first semester at Chapel Hill. So they would have let me go. And I still would have owed that money, because that's who the contract was with. The contract wasn't with the school. The contract was with Sally and them. And so I hope that there are people helping families and parents understand exactly what they're signing over, and what they're signing up for, and what conditions are in there, because they are paying for your name, image, and likeness. They are not just paying you to play a sport out of the kindness of your heart. And there are potentially real stipulations in there about how much you have to pay before you have to pay, how much you have to play before you have to pay them back, or, you know, to what extent it's performance based, you know? And so I hope that there's definitely some bad actors in this space, as there has always been in college football, in particular, in college basketball. But I hope that there's enough good actors out there that are connecting with these families and helping them really read through these contracts, so that the opportunity that this presents can actually change people's lives for the positive, and not just be another way that we in-debt minority people and take advantage of them. So
understood. I concur. Well, this was a good
put
way.
that in your cup and your 5, 4, 3, 4, 5.
This is a good way to wrap up our ladies' night. You and these numbers, and you're hilarious. You want to do our closing with how everybody can reach us and follow the show? All our
Girl,
streams?
if I remembered it, I would if I could, but I don't, unless something gonna flash up on the screen that I can read. There we go. Tune in every Wednesday night to your preferred sports delight, 7 p.m. Central. Find us on Facebook, X, YouTube. Click the bell. Make sure to like and subscribe. That way you'll get a notification every time we go live. And you can find us on Hot 365 Radio. Reach out to us via email, Instagram. Find us on all the platforms. You can check out the Man Cave the last Wednesday of every month. You can check out Ladies Night the first Wednesday of every month. We'll react to whatever nonsense is happening on the Man Cave, so you can listen to them and then come to us for the real deal. And so don't forget to tune in every Wednesday, whether it's Ladies Night, Man Cave, or just your regular show of the Platform Sports Talk Show.
Great job, Annie. Everyone, it's been a wonderful night. Thank you all for tuning in, and tell them we'll see them later.